That was pretty amazing. And I just want to say before I read that I'm a little nervous, but I feel like overwhelmed with love right now, because I know a lot of people in this room and like my writing group, all the writers right there are amazing, and my mentor, Olivia, and I just feel very loved. I think that being a writer in Portland is one of the best things that could happen to anybody who has something to say and is brave enough to say it, put it on paper. And so I'm reading this piece that I wrote about being transgendered, and I wrote it because I was tired of people asking me questions and what's it like, and I don't speak for all transgender people. That would be a little scary. I just speak for myself, and what I learned was that if you put the truth down, that somebody's gonna hear it and not feel alone anymore. And I think that's, for me, one of the beautiful things about writing is that we're not alone. And I submitted this piece to the LGBT History Month festival in Glasgow, Scotland. It was the first thing I ever submitted, and they called me, or didn't call me, they emailed me, but they said, we want you to come and read this. And so I did, and it was amazing, and I wasn't nervous one bit, because I had this feeling that in the group of the audience, there might be somebody there who was transgender, who didn't have the same experience as everybody who's transgender, and maybe could relate. And sure enough, afterwards, 2 young trans folk came up and we talked for an hour, and that was the most amazing part of my trip. So this is a piece I wrote, it's called Being. Being transgendered is typing transgendered into your computer and seeing a red line underneath it, which means it's an unrecognized word, and you look beneath you to see if there's a red line too. Being transgendered feels like a lump in your pants when you're so depressed you neglect to take your testosterone for a month, and your period starts again and you're sticking a pad in your shorts before you shave and put on a tie. Being transgendered is like the rust on an old pipe when you look at yourself in the mirror and realize you don't cry anymore, and your eyes look like they've been crying for years. Being transgendered is always wondering if you did the right thing. Being transgendered is always wondering if you said it the right way. Being transgendered is always wondering if there is enough love for you. Being transgendered is defined as brave, but it feels no more brave than breathing. Being transgendered is always wondering if your daughter will keep loving you once she understands you're not like other dads. Being transgendered is wincing when the wrong pronoun is used. Being transgendered is not wincing when the word dude is used. Being transgendered is always staring at one side or the other and knowing you can never completely pick. Being transgendered is worrying about being in the emergency room and all things medical. Being transgendered is wishing you could have been this horny at 15 instead of 46. Being transgendered is constantly struggling to use the word man rather than person to define yourself. Being transgendered is being reminded you weren't born that way, so stop trying to describe yourself that way. Being transgendered is remembering who your real friends are. Being transgendered is duct taping your breasts before wearing 3 shirts and hoping no one notices. Being transgendered is taking off skin once you take off the duct tape. Being transgendered is wondering what a t-shirt would feel like if it were the only thing between you and your skin. Being transgendered is having chest surgery and waking up smiling. Being transgendered is being asked if you are done yet. Being transgendered is seeing a letter change on your driver's license. Being transgendered is walking at night and not feeling afraid. Being transgendered is understanding how it feels to be raped. Being transgendered is understanding abortion intimately. Being transgendered is making yourself visible. Being transgendered is staring at yourself in the mirror and saying hello for the first time. Being transgendered is learning a new language. Being transgendered is wondering if you can be loved no matter what's in your pants. Being transgendered means having your heart ripped open when you least expect it. Being transgendered is being called son for the first time at 46 by your father. Being transgendered is deciding what kind of man you get to be in this world. Being transgendered is understanding that no matter what kind of man you decide to be, you might become the exact opposite. Being transgendered is freedom. Being transgendered is your own experience. Being transgendered is not textbook anything. Being transgendered is a gift. Being transgendered is finding the strength inside you that you didn't know you had. Being transgendered is who you are, but knowing it's not everything you are. Being transgendered is textbook anything. Being transgendered is a gift. Being transgendered is finding the strength inside you that you didn't know you had.